Friends, in this video we'll have a look at how to read a Excel file using Python. So this is one of the common use cases. Okay. So for that we are going to use a package called XLRD. So the first step is to install it. So then to use it. Okay. So as usual we'll go to the command prompt and take the help of pip to install it. So the command is pip install and the package name here, which is XLRD. Okay, since I've already installed, it says that it is already there, or else by now it would have started downloading and installing followed by it. Okay, so let's go to idle and start using the package. So first step is to import to check whether it's working fine or not. So import XLRD. So it is done. Okay. So the next step is to use this file. First, we'll declare a variable which has the path of it. So it's not mandatory, but it's a good practice to store the path and then use that variable for the further operations. Okay. So since it's in the desktop, I'm just giving the path of it. Okay. So wherever it is, like you can give it. For example, if you're storing in the D colon, give the path of the full path, not the relative path. Okay, so we are giving it. So then we use the XLRD functions to work to access the data. I'm just declaring a variable in a workbook. You can give any name. So I'm just opening XLRD.open workbook and give the file location. So by this you have opened the file. Okay, so before proceeding it further, let's see the contents of the file so that we'll understand what we are playing with. Okay, so let's go back and open it. So this is the XLS file which we are opening it, and it has two sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2, and sheet 1 is having some data and sheet 2 is having some data. So our primary focus is on sheet 1, where we'll read the sheet 1 and play around with the data which is there in sheet 1. So we are going to open the sheet 1. So for opening the sheet 1, we have a function called sheet by index, and the index starts with 0. Okay, it starts with 0. And the second sheet is sheet 2. So let's give the 0 and then start doing it. So okay, there is a spell error. So instead of book I have given nook, so change it to book. So entire it works fine without any issues. Now we have opened the file and opened the sheet 1. Okay, so just to visualize the steps, so that would be easy to help. So the next step is to access the cells in it. Okay, the cells are organized into rows and columns. A, B, C, D are the rows, it goes to Z, and then goes further as well. And here the columns goes that way, whereas the rows goes as 1, 2, 3 with the numbers going on. So column A, column B, and column C. Whereas here in this case, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Okay, so that's how it is organized. It's a row column based structure. I mean, it's a typical for any table structure. So you'll always have a row and a column. So all we need to go is go and get the cell values. So it's RC, row and column. See the tooltip. So row is 0, and I'm saying get me the column 0, which is the first value, which is a name. Okay, so here also it starts with 0, 0, though it looks like here, but in a programming context we have 0, 0 as the index. So always keep remembering that it's not 1, A, it's 0, 0. Okay, so that's how the numbers starts. So first is R, the second is C. Okay. So if we have n rows, the value we do is like n. Get the number of rows and columns. We use n rows and n columns. Okay, that's how it goes on. See here, I have 4 rows and 3 columns. So n rows gives 4, n columns gives 3. So here the same was there. Okay, so we can use this to iterate through the data. Iterate in sense, use a for loop to iterate to it. Let's start a for loop. with the variable name column and range as the sheets dot columns. Let's do it. Okay, this gives all the columns. Okay, all we are going to use is access the sheet dot cell value, cell underscore value, and we'll give the column 0th row. First we'll iterate the row with the columns 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let's do that. Okay, to view it, let's print it. That would be better one. So print sheet, this one. Okay, see, we have got the values, name, favorite and date of birth. Those are the titles of it. So the headers for the file. Okay, so as far as Python is concerned, it doesn't know the difference between header and header and other data. All it knows is cell and the values. Okay, let's move on with the cell value 2. Okay, the same column, it prints the value Bob 101 and 29266, sorry, 226. Okay, which is something odd number. Okay, so look at the last date. Date has been transformed into an integer. Generally, all the databases or all the things converts the date time into timestamp, and they store it in this format, like a number format. They don't save as you put it like a. Let's try to get all the. Let's use a simple comprehension. List comprehension. Go on Google for list comprehension. That's a beautiful thing. So it's a little advanced thing. So this being Python 1.1, we are not going to use it. For in range. So what we are doing is cell value. We are getting all the cell and rows for it. C is the columns, and the same way we are going to have a row where row is the number of rows and rows. So this will compress and put the zip the data and then put into the data variable. So I have all the contents of the Excel file into this variable called data. So within a single thing, I have got it. So if I print the type of the data, it says it's a list. I have a list of data. Okay. So let's access the data one by one and then use it. Okay. So data of 0, which is a row, and the value 0, it gives a uname. Okay. So which is the name, which is a string name. Okay. If I want to have some other value, I just give the index. As we said, it starts from 0, 0. So it's going on with the further things. Let's play around with other data. 1, 2. So which gives 33,055. So which is the date for row number 1. So the day, as I said, the date format is in some numeric thing. We'll try to convert it to date and have a look at it. That will look in the further up. Okay, so let's move on with other stuffs before playing around with the date. So what else we need to do it? So we got the date, time, everything is up there. Sorry, we are able to access row columns. So next step is to get the values, type cell type. So for us it looks like a number, right? But whereas the XLRD stores as a date type. So what? Okay, it's not XLRD, so it's sheets. Okay, we have to give the sheets dot cell type. The same command. Give the sheets. So what is the value? Sheets dot cell underscore type data. Okay, so here we don't need to give the data, just give the row and column. It gives the 3. Okay, 3. What does this 3 means? Like 3 is the type of date. Okay, which is defined by the XLRD. If you go to their site, you will be able to find it out. So every data type is having a cell type is having a thing. So this is a place where you have to go and check it out. Lexicon.xlrd. So cell class, the C type is, these are the various types. 0 stands for empty string, and 1 stands for text, and the 2 for float, and 3 for date. So here for in our case it's 3, so it's date format. So cell.date is the one which we are having it. Okay, so this is the one. So by that way, like we'll be able to identify whether it's a date type or a integer type. Okay, so now the next step is to convert that date. I mean, we know that now the number is an integer. So it's not an integer; it's a date. So next step is to convert that into a proper date and print it for the user for a readable format or to process further. So we got the cell value, sheet.cell value 1 comma 2. Okay, so simple straightforward thing. We stored in a variable, and then we convert that into time tuple. So time tuple is another, time tuple is a variable which I declared, and XLRD has a thing called Excel date as tuple. So all I'm going to give is the variable name Excel time, and print it. So if I print this time tuple, so I'll have the value in the for human readable format. Okay, so far it was in the new integer range, right, like 33 point something something. So import date time. So print date time of date time and give the time tuple. Okay, I'm getting a lot of, the focus is missing, I guess. So if I use this, datetime is another library which is in Python. I'm able to get the value of the row 1 comma 2. Okay, so the row starts from 0, so that's why it is like that. So that's all about reading the value and printing it. You can play around with other Excel values and then use it for your processing. Okay, thank you friends, bye bye.